Steve.
Yes.
I got a Switch 2 recently.
Switch to what?
I switched from my Switch 1 to a Switch 2.
Swapped those out.
I got rid of the Switch 1 to partially pay for the Switch 2.
Nice.
And Pokopia is coming in the mail tomorrow, Monday, maybe. This is going to be the first video game I play with my son. Do you have any gaming dad advice for me? Because you have played many a video game with your plethora of children. My son is not a stranger to games. He actually just finished his first game himself.
Oh, nice. What game?
I really want to sing the praises of this game. Simple, $5 mobile game. It's a platformer where you play as this little puffball monster, and you just the simple controls. You go up and down, and it was on the library tablets. And I felt frustrated for him because every time we go, you just have to start over.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, all right, fine. So I was like, actually, we're gonna buy this. I bought it for him on the tablet at home, and he over a month or two. Obviously, I helped him out.
Right.
But he then beat it himself, and now he can beat the whole thing himself without help.
I love that.
And he's a true gamer now. But now we're gonna start playing together.
Did he get all the trophies though in this $5?
Did he platinum something adventure? I forget. Is a good solid game.
Yeah.
No ads, nothing like that. It's just a $5 game, simple.
Yes. I have advice for you.
Yes.
Crush him under your heel. Never let him think at any point that he may beat you any day. He is always no, legitimately, you're gonna start finding out what kind of gamer he is right off the bat.
Sure.
That was one of the things with my kids of playing games with them was Ray was never competitive. She never wanted to win or whatever. And anytime it got competitive, she kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
Whereas Charlotte was always wildly competitive, but never was very rarely the all-out winner, and that made her very upset pretty often. And Braxton always just wants to idealize what I'm looking for, where you want to
min-max?
Yeah, min-max everything.
And, interesting.
And he wants to make everything as good as can possibly be.
Sure, that checks out, actually.
He loves Minecraft and things like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what kind of gamer do you think your kid's going to... I know he's 5, but still...
Well, he's a fairly competitive guy. He likes to turn a lot of things into competitions. It's a really easy way to encourage him to do something is, I'm going to do it first. His little 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old brain. Yeah. No, we're playing Pokopia first. So it's going to be a pretty, it's a co-op building thing. There's no combat. There's no winning in it. But that's going to be the first. And then we'll probably get into some Zelda. He's expressed interest in Zelda, as he's seen me playing before. But I'm very excited. I'll legitimately ask, if we were to get competitive, where's your on the spectrum of always defeat them to train them to be the best, let them win? Where are you on the scale?
So what I would do is in something let's just use Smash Brothers for an example.
Yeah.
I would pick the characters I am the absolute worst
or just and then still try.
And then honestly still try. Yes, sometimes I would go easy on them. Often I would go easy on them. But at the same time, I was never letting them win, quote unquote.
Sure.
And as, eventually they started getting better and better, I would use better and better.
Right. Now you just
Mario Party
destroy their bones.
Now that we still play. We still play Mario Party as a family. And there is just a handicap. They all start with...
I guess that's true.
Not Braxton anymore. Braxton. But everyone else starts with a couple of stars, 1 or 2 stars,
And ultimately, the goal is that they get better than you. You want your children to be better at video games than you ever were.
As good would have been cool, or maybe just right here would have been
just
real
underneath.
Cool,
I still win 51 out of 100 games, but it's basically even.
Rounds was one that Braxton and I streamed, or not streamed, wrote videos of a lot. And he's just better than me. He's just better than me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Man.
These kids and their technology these days, All
right, let's podcast.
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome back to Save and Continue, where theology and pop culture meet. I am your friendly neighborhood Steve.
And I want pictures of Spider-Man on my desk now!
Fox was legit
Also, my name's Fox.
That Brand New Day did not.
Okay, hold on. Stop. We're talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. What's our spoiler level here?
Oh, right. Good call.
We need to establish this.
Okay. Well, then I'll get to what I'm going to say later. But I say that we begin with a general conversation of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Spoiler free, other
We'll
than
have a
like
spoiler
what
section.
was in previews,
Yeah.
and whatever else. And then maybe 10 minutes in ish, we get spoiled.
We won't spoil the fact that Batman shows up.
Dude!
Oh! And then they fight the Predator together.
I will say the success of this is really throwing off my prediction that everything was going to be bad.
There was a time where that felt where there was going to be a crossover.
Things were that terrible for both DC and Marvel that it was like, maybe that'll be their last ditch effort.
Predicted a crossover.
But the success of this is going to make that a little...
And the renewed hope of the DCU.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
It's not going to happen.
I'm calling it right now.
Yep.
There's going to be like a Batman logo in the background. I'm like, I'm calling that. There it is. That's the crossover.
We'll start with no spoilers.
But
just
here's what we are talking about: Spider-Man Brand New Day and the importance of community.
Yes.
This is a really heavy theme throughout the entire film. How important it is to have real life people in your life that you are there with, spending time with, and talking to. And so we're going to have that sort of on the surface conversation.
Yes.
And then we'll get into the real big spoilers of it afterward.
Sure, if we need to. Yeah. I don't think we even need to we don't need to do a full plot
there are like
spoiler.
Specific things I want to talk about.
There are things in there that aren't. Yeah, for sure.
So let's start right off the bat with the basic. What did you think about the movie? What's our?
It was great. It was a great movie. It was a wonderful. Spider-Man is just the best. Like Spider-Man as a hero, like just baked into Spider-Man is just things that everybody can relate to about like just trying to make it happen, trying to make it work, trying to like get through life and like deal with responsibilities and want to be a good person at the same time. And like it's just baked in there. And then obviously, Spider-Man's beloved by lots of people from childhood, so you just have like these goofy guys like Scorpion and all the just kind of like part of your like. It's hard. I feel like it's hard to make there have been bad Spider-Man movies. It's hard to make a bad Spider-Man movie. That's been the minority of them. Yeah. Andrew Garfield, cough. But I really liked it. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was very good. In pretty much, I don't know if I have a single bad thing to say about it aside from this is not a spoiler, but J. Jonah Jameson's not in it at all. And that's a real misstep. We didn't get a single line.
I saw Brand New Day.
You did.
The very next day I saw The Odyssey. Then I took a day off. Then I went and saw Hades Town. And then I saw Brand New Day again.
Dear Lord, what a cinephile.
4 times in 5 days.
Yeah.
I hadn't gone to the theater 4 times the past 6 months before that.
It sounds like me 5 years ago.
I know, it was crazy. But
before a child.
Both times worth watching.
Yeah.
In theater.
Yeah, I look forward to watching again someday.
Yeah, that was genuinely a true delight. Really, really enjoyed it. It's interesting to think how Wolverine in the early aughts was the face of the Marvel Universe.
Yes, Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman was the Tony Stark.
Well,
of the original.
Yeah. So, and that really reflected the time of the edgy lone wolf. Evanescence was really big at the time, and like that was kind of like the thing.
Yeah.
And then we get into the 2010s and it becomes Tony Stark.
Yeah.
This really self-absorbed, but really like intelligent. And again, I really think that reflected the time of this is the real big kickoff of social media becoming.
Tech is becoming
what it is today. Tech
such a huge influence in life. And
you are a product as much as you are a person.
Yeah.
With the way social media was booming at that time.
Yeah.
And now we're finally just getting back to like this. Can't we just be people? Can't we just like relax and be
even in how the movie was made, I noticeably while watching it, so much of it is Spider-Man in a fabric suit.
Right.
It's not like I understand why, but I have Spider-Man is a lot of times just in a CGI suit in like the previous Spider-Man movies,
Right.
and especially in like the Avengers ones. And that's just not nice looking. Like it's just not as cool looking as like, hey, I'm here in a suit and I'm taking off a mask and you're
Right.
holding a mask in your hand. Like it was nice, and it felt like kind of part of that theme of real, like realistic and here and present.
Yes.
And so I appreciated that. Yeah.
I mean, we were just talking about this beforehand. I said to you that we've had Spider-Man as a kid, and we had a lot of Spider-Man as an Avenger.
Yeah.
We had yet to genuinely just get your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that New York loves, that is web slinging everywhere and saving
doing his thing,
kids off the street and struggling with his personal life and that kind of just like Spidey.
This felt like it got rid of a lot of MCU baggage, and I don't even mean baggage in a bad way necessarily. It just didn't have to contend with a lot of overarching stuff.
Well,
as a plot point.
Minorest of spoilers. There is a character in the movie that talks about there's big potato things.
Sure, yeah. You're right.
You're dealing with small potatoes.
This is small. Right, I need you to figure out the size of some potatoes real quick.
Right, and I think that's a really great way to describe what. Yeah,
it's a good meta conversation.
Yes, this was small potatoes, and it was better for it.
Yeah,
and I really loved it. So that's our quick review of the movie. Let's talk about now again, still spoiler free. How did Community play into this? Why would you say this was an important theme within the entire film?
Well, let's set it up a little bit. We usually will talk about movies that have explicit religious themes.
Yeah.
Like Disclosure Day and all that. And this was not obviously, maybe not obvious, but not explicitly religious. Like it's not like Peter Parker was going to church or anything. That'd be a cool movie. I'd see that. Yeah. There's no Spider-Man. It's just the movie is called Peter Parker Goes to Church.
X-Men 97, the past couple of episodes have Nightcrawler, and Nightcrawler has been...
We have Disney Plus right now, and I've been
quoting
thinking about watching
Bible verses.
Yeah.
And it's real.
But anyway, so it's just a theme in general, but obviously the theme of community and togetherness and being a part of something bigger is a spiritual idea. It is a core part of Scripture. And so, it felt like, it's talking about something. It's also touching on a huge, like, social issue right now.
Yeah.
It felt very timely. It felt like kind of a COVID reaction, too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a section at the beginning where Peter is viewing life through his phone.
Yeah.
He is viewing his social life through his phone. This isn't a spoiler. This is from the previous. At the end of No Way Home, previous Spider-Man movie, the plot of that was that he basically had to erase people's memory of who Peter Parker was. Not Spider-Man. Spider-Man is still a thing, but who Peter Parker was.
Yeah.
And obviously there are now the ramifications of that. And so it has a section of him viewing life through his phone, including the people he loved the most and were his social safety net, his social glue.
Yeah.
And it hits hard. It's like and it feels like we've all to a certain extent experienced that a little bit in the last 5 years ago specifically, and more and as in general society, as social media has become standard, a part of our lives. And it felt very like, this feels relatable and very, very timely.
I'm going to give a quick peek behind our curtain here. This was like oh crap, what are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about this like kind of topic. But the more that we're chatting about it, the more there was actually a ton of meat on this bone, because I'm thinking to myself, that whole scene is basically a metaphor for parasocial relationships.
It's a 4-year montage.
But it's parasocial relationships of like, we have so many people today who feel like they have community because they watch their favorite content creators all the time. These content creators talk about every aspect of their life. They talk about their personal lives, their friends, their spouses, their everything. These parts are the conversation, and they look into the camera to have this conversation with people, and therefore you begin to believe that you have a relationship with this person.
You know about them.
Right.
You know about this person.
And so that's where you get a lot of people who are like, hey, I pay you, you owe me, or like some people who like feel like they deserve something from them because they believe there
or get upset if they take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they believe there is a relationship that is not actually there. So you, the viewer, feel like you know this person personally. That person has no clue who you are.
Yeah.
100%. They don't know anything about you.
You're a number
and
maybe a username.
Peter is exactly in this type of thing where he feels he has a relationship with these people. He remembers life experiences with these people, but those actual human beings,
they do not.
No idea.
And it's not even that they just used to be friends. For them, he doesn't exist. They don't know who this person is.
Yes. He's a literal stranger.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And so it really, a big part of his beginning with this whole idea of Peter is living through his phone.
Yes.
But other than that, is keeping
his actual real life is he's in the attic of a building.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded. His like one actual companion that he talks to on a regular basis is his AI.
Yep.
Is EG?
EB.
No,
EB,
I thought
EB.
I thought it was
EB,
EB, and I was like, that's an EB White reference because Charlotte's Web. That's great. It's not, and I'm a better writer than the MCU. So, but that's like his one companion, like consistently that we see in the movie.
Again, and spoilers here. That's not in any.
You're right. It's a thing. It's not like I'm spoiling the plot. No, also something that happened in the previous movie was that Aunt May died. So the other touchstone of his like community is gone now.
Right.
And it's a consistent thing that he is visiting her grave and talking to her in this movie. So like it's again it's fake community. Now obviously that one's a lot more emotionally like you're not like saying he thinks that's his friend, his Aunt May is his friend, but it's talking to somebody who cannot respond. Like it feels like it hammers on that theme a little bit more because he's always buying flowers for her and always like, and it's just a part of his routine. And so, yeah, it hits this theme very strong early on and then continues it. Like, it's not even just that. Like, I really appreciated how that theme of having people who are in your corner, who you can trust, is just completely part of the movie.
Yeah.
Other characters that would be spoilers to reveal, they are part of it. The plot of the movie is, to a certain extent,
This.
It
really is.
right.
Again, we kind of had this idea on a whim, but now that we're thinking about it more, it's like
it's this.
Holy crap!
That's what this is.
Like,
the fighting is not the plot. Like it's a great movie because the fighting is just something that happens and it's inventive and fun to watch. And then it actually is resolved through an emotional, like important moment, you know,
from the biggest superhero crazy type of things all the way down to like the sweetest scenes of a couple of friends sitting at a table.
Yes.
Like these things are just, both of these things are reflected in how community can impact the biggest parts of your life to just the mildest parts of your life in just the most important ways possible of somebody being able to be there for you, to talk, to have a conversation with you, to support you in whatever way you need.
To connect with. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh man. Oh, okay. Can we get into spoilers now?
Let's move into some spoilers. There's some other characters in there.
Yes. So we're getting into spoilers now. So if you haven't seen it yet and you care about spoilers, pause here, come back, go see it.
Go see the movie. It's very good. It's very good.
And then come back and we'll talk about it. Because the Punisher,
he's there. He's punishing guys.
We knew about this already. But their relationship is one that is kind of on the surface, but you can tell immediately that Peter thinks this is something more. They have this rapport about Staten Island. Staten Island, come on.
Yeah, this event, it happened that they don't. Yeah.
That where Peter saved Punisher's life.
Yeah.
You know, and
now he's holding it over his head.
Right. But there's a lot of times when Peter will be having these conversations of like, hey, you know, you owe me, or come on, like there's definitely a conversation of some sort of relationship there. But eventually in the movie, Peter stops and he says like, hey man, I'm like you. Like we're do this on our own. And Peter thinks there's some sort of connection there.
Yeah.
And Punisher's like, you don't want this.
Yeah.
No.
You think I'd choose to live this way?
Right. He says it's a sentence.
Right.
This is a sentence that I'm serving. And Punisher's like, that is not how we connect, man. Like, let's not have that relationship.
That is not the way. Yeah, it's a false sense of community.
And Peter has this with a lot of people. He has that with the vicarious relationship there. He has his work friend, which is DeWolf, which is the cop, the police officer.
Oh yeah.
Again, toward the beginning of the movie,
who she literally can't really acknowledge in any real way. Like
they talk on the phone a lot. They're having conversations, and then he says at one point, it's like, it's nice to have a friend. And she's like, we're not friends. And he's like, yeah, we are. Of course we are. And she's like, what's the name of my kids?
Yes.
And he's like, your son's name is Poppy. And it's
yeah, because she called him that. Yeah.
She called him Poppy. You
know?
But
played by T from The Bear. That was a great.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's in The Bear. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
But
you should watch The Bear, man.
So, but again, at that point, oh yeah. No, I do know.
Okay, yes.
I saw the first 2 seasons of The Bear. Yes.
Okay, yes.
But so there's that relationship there, and then his AI. He talks to his AI.
Talks to his AI. That's not like a huge part of the plot.
No.
It's far less than like Jarvis and Tony Stark.
Right. But the whole idea being that like every relationship he has in the first beginnings of the movie is surface at best.
He's clearly searching for something.
Right.
He's clearly. I mean, it's not a hidden thing. He needs something, and the people who he is trying to find it in do not have that same viewpoint as he does. Rightfully so. It makes sense. Like, the chief of police, I mean, clearly in public is talking to Spider-Man. Like, it's clearly just a thing, but it's not like she's going to invite him over for dinner. Not at that point, at least. Things can change. But so, like, it continues. And I mean, how strong are we getting into spoilers here? Because the theme does continue. Yeah, full spoilers here.
Yeah, full spoiling. Yep.
The main villain, main antagonist of this movie is Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Of X-Men, of mutant fame, Marvel Girl, yeah.
Phoenix.
Sure, right, her. And her story is that she had a sister who had the same powers as she's a telekinetic and telepathic. She had a sister, Sarah Grey, who is, I looked it up, also was in the comics.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Anyway, who she is searching for. She has lost the person that she connected with, the one person who could fully understand what she is going through and what she's dealing with. And we see a scene where her sister is teaching her how to use her abilities in a way that's, whatever. Like, we see that. And so this theme continues in that she's also searching for the community that she once had that has been taken from her. And so you have this, like, she has this, there's an interesting thing where she uses her ability to jump into other people. She takes over. She possesses people essentially for a brief amount of time, and then she just uses them and then they're gone. And it's like, she uses that to an advantage, or to trick Peter into thinking that what's her name? MJ had remembered him.
Yeah, that was
like it's pretty rough. That's a hard scene.
The second time I saw it was at Mount Hood Theater, and there was maybe 200 people.
Yeah, I bet.
Really, really packed.
Yeah.
And at that moment where she says, "Hold her, Peter," and
yeah,
like you realize, there was an audible gasp in the theater. Like,
you know what I really appreciated though? Later, this is a tangent. Is that he tells MJ, like, "Hey, this happened. We kissed. You weren't in control of yourself."
Yeah.
And she's just like, I appreciate that you told me. Like, it's like that. It's a necessary conversation, but like it felt nice that was included.
Right.
But yeah, so this theme of having community taken away, or just not having community, and having this, like, I don't know, I feel like there's also something in the idea of her using other people for her own means,
right?
As like and using them to get into the good graces of somebody else, to trick them to a certain extent. It feels like it's hitting on that theme a little more.
Well, it's almost like two different types of toxic community. One being where you have none at all, and you completely keep to yourself, and the other being your community is just an object you're using. Yeah,
just means to an end.
Yeah, means to an end.
Right. Yeah, and so she does that consistently throughout the thing. She's using it to there's several other characters that are like surprises that as far as I know, were not in trailers and stuff. But she uses that for the Hulk.
Yeah.
She gets the Hulk to become the Hulk again.
Hulk.
For the first time we've seen in a long time, he actually hulks out and like full on rage mode hulks. And she does that, and the Punisher and Spider-Man have to try to bring him back down to earth a little bit. And so she uses people for their abilities and for their whatever advantageous for her. And this theme is just hit. I mean, if we want to get to the actual resolution of the plot, it's not Spider-Man punching Jean Grey in the face. Now that'd be weird to watch because she's supposed to be like 17 in the movie, and it'd be real strange to see Peter Parker just like, I mean, he like webs her up and stuff, but it'd be weird to just physically destroy her. But the actual resolution of the plot is him in they're kind of in his mind
together.
him sitting down next to her and literally saying, "You have me."
Yeah.
Like, you don't, she's like, "I don't have anybody." He just says, "You have me." And it's like a really touching moment.
Yeah.
Of they both are finding the thing they need, are finding like a friend in what, the antagonist, the person they thought that was not that. And so that is the point of the movie. The point of the movie is community is necessary to human flourishing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the whole other thing. There's so many things I keep remembering.
Yeah, right.
When I said human flourishing, Peter, without this humanity, without these people, is literally becoming less human. Yes. Like this arachnid DNA is overtaking his humanity.
Yes.
He's becoming more of a spider.
That's the literal analog to
yes,
the figurative.
It's a literal.
Is that his spider DNA is taking over, and the more he becomes disconnected with humanity, the more this begins to take over. And it begins when he sees MJ kissing somebody else, her boyfriend.
Yes, her boyfriend, yeah.
And that breaks the parasocial relationship. Like, literally, that is the moment when he realizes, oh, wait, this is all fake, it's all pretend.
Yes.
And he passes out and wakes up in a web, and now he has organic web.
Yeah, he has organic web shooters now.
Yeah, and
becoming Tobey Maguire.
Really well, man.
Yeah.
And he was like pushing, he's like, Whoa!
Yeah, it's... Yeah, and it looks gross.
It looks real gross. But he's losing his humanity for it. But when there finally becomes a moment where MJ just happens to find the letter that he wrote to her that you see at the end of Brand New Day, and they have a conversation about, hey, whatever spell you did worked.
Yeah.
I don't remember who you are. I don't know who you are. But then they continue to chat because he's got to protect her because Jean Grey's going after her. And they continue to chat, and she's just like, hey, you genuinely seem like a nice guy.
Right.
Cool guy. And then she's like, do you want to meet Ned? Like, you want to say hi to him?
Yeah.
And so there is maybe my favorite scene in the movie of just Peter doing Star Wars Lego.
There's
with Ned.
Building some some Lego. Yeah.
And quoting Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And laughing, and MJ is sitting there sketching them.
Yeah.
And it's just the three of them
just hanging out, being friends.
Yeah. And it's so good.
They do a very good job. There's throughout the movie, or at least for the first half, at least, you as an audience are hoping to see a shift, like some kind of like, oh, I remember you in MJ or Ned.
Right.
Hoping that the spell didn't quite work on his best friend. And then there's that, like, it almost has that, it works on the audience too. That conversation where she just says, it worked. I don't know you. Like, that works on the audience as well, where it's like putting to bed, like, this idea that maybe they remember. No, they don't. It's sad, but they don't. And it helps you move on. Like, okay, we've established this now.
At the end of the movie, they have like a tease of, he shakes Ned's hand.
Yes.
And then he starts their secret handshake.
Yes.
And Ned does it out of muscle memory. And at the end, he looks up and says, Peter.
Peter.
And they end the movie there. I kind of hope / expect that that's going to be, Peter, that was awesome. How did we do that?
Yeah.
Like, and that was it. Like, no actual recollection of it.
It feels,
just, that was really cool. Wow.
That was a cool handshake. How did that happen?
We just did that. Wow. That was cool. Yeah.
Are we best friends now?
Right. Yeah. So when Peter is finally able to accept, like, literally, they put it out there right in front of your face. Are you Spider-Man or are you Peter Parker? Can you be this lone superhero that's doing everything on your own and has no real relationships? Or are you just going to actually try and be a human and just be Peter Parker and do that? And of course, he says I'm both.
Yeah.
And that's when he's finally able to.
Then he got a sick fighting scene with the hand. Oh, it's so good. It's real I want to see the hand, more hand. They're way cooler hand than was in Daredevil.
Dude.
Way cooler.
There are scenes where, like, he jumps up super high, so they line up, and the first dude jumps, and the second dude jumps higher, and then somebody walks up them. Like,
you know what I realized? It's the same director as Shang-Chi. So that wire work, that combat, I want to see Shang-Chi versus the hand now, and I want to get a full-on wuxia, like, martial arts
wire
movie.
Type stuff.
Yes, I would. Let's get Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
John Woo type stuff.
Yes.
Heck yes, dude.
But no, there's a great moment, and then it's the classic, like, Spider-Man work-life balance. Like that's kind of been a through line of Spider-Man. And instead of, we talked about this before, but instead of like, I'm doing too much and things are falling apart, it's I have nothing and things are falling apart. And there's the temptation to lean into being more spider than man at a certain point. But then, he goes into rage mode at one point, basically fighting the Scorpion. But yeah, and then there's a great scene, and he goes in, and then the movie then further resolves. Let's bring this in. At one point, you have a brief conversation between him and Punisher, and Peter Parker, of course, throughout the entire thing is saying, "No guns. We don't do that." One of the best parts of the movie is him pulling a gun out of Frank Castle's hand, and then him immediately pulling up in the exact same gun. Like, and just, it's such a good, they've done such an amazing job making the Punisher a comedy relief guy sometimes, where he's not telling jokes, but his whole deal is the comedy because he's such a funny guy.
Or even like,
tonally,
keeping Punisher's tone from the Punisher show in this Spider-Man movie,
juxtaposed against Spider-Man.
The Punisher, like they didn't do him disservice, like I felt like they've done with Thor in a lot of ways.
Sure,
like he's still the Punisher that
especially
we know.
At the end, where he tells Peter, "If you can't finish this, I'll finish it my way." Yeah, which means I'm gonna shoot Jean Grey.
Yeah,
and he's way off on a building somewhere in a sniper nest and doesn't know what's happening between the two of them.
Right,
and attempts to kill Jean Grey with a sniper rifle. Peter, of course, senses it and gets in the way and takes the bullet. And
which really, that would have gone straight through both of them.
You know what? Don't worry, but he's got extra tough skin because spiders. Whatever. No, after the movie though, I was thinking like that was maybe why do this whole like extra thing where Peter's in the hospital? It felt like, okay, we've resolved the movie. This feels like a weird thing to keep going. But as I've been like in the last couple days, that's character growth for Punisher right there. He does a very funny, like, I've got an idea. And then he puts on the spider mask and does a little dance. And he's like distracting so that Peter can leave the thing.
Yeah, just walk out.
I don't need to get into all the details. And it's also a moment for Peter to see that the people love him and walk amongst the people as they're cheering for him. And that's a great moment too.
There's just a really important part in that place as well.
Yes.
Where Punisher apologizes. They have a small conversation. And then Peter just says, "Are we friends now?"
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are you crying?
Yeah. No, that's what it was.
He tears up.
Punisher says, "Are we friends now?" But yeah, like
he tears up because he regrets what happened. Like there's that emotional core is still there, and it's because he has somebody now, like somebody he can call a friend.
Right. And so over and over again, step through step of the way throughout the film, we get reiterated to us: when you try to do it alone, you are worse for it.
Yes.
When you push people away, or when you imagine that you have to be alone, or even when you pretend that you're not alone,
you hurt yourself or others, and maybe both.
Yeah, you are worse for it. But when we are in community, even an imperfect community with a murderer,
right? Telepath who murders people, another murderer, but it's the Punisher, and then there's probably another murderer in there somewhere.
And then also your friends from
there's lots of murderers, and then your bro you do Legos with.
Yeah. Like even an imperfect community is one that is better than nothing at all. And being able to have these people around you to bolster you and support you, like Peter goes to fight Jean Grey, and MJ's left with the Punisher, and she's like, "Aren't you gonna go with him?" And he's like, "No, I'm not supposed to." And she's like, "It just feels like something that you should do." Like you, and he's like, at the end of the day, he's like, "Yeah, I guess it does." And he goes and he helps him because I need to support this guy. Is it smart for me to go fight these superheroes?
Yeah, he's just some dude.
Not. He doesn't know the Hulk is there, but when he does find out the Hulk is there, he doesn't leave. He tries to shoot.
He shoots the Hulk many times to no avail.
Right. And like he just feels like I need to be here to support him. I need to help.
Yeah.
Because doing it on your own is less good than having the support of another human being.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about the movie aspect of it, how important that is. Let's come over to more the spiritual aspect of this now. Let's have a conversation of scripturally, spiritually, why is this so important? What is it about community that changes things for us?
I mean, we are we are built from the start, like literally from creation. It is not good for man to be alone.
Right.
And then woman is created, which you can take as literally or as figuratively as you want the creation narrative. But the fact that it's a community of God. Remember, there are multiple aspects, multiple images, whatever word you want to use. The pure persons of God. Yes, the Trinity. Sure, are saying the creation we've just created should not be alone.
Right.
I mean, there's all the animals. Those are not enough. There is man, which is separate, different, should not be alone. And then it's just, again, I mean, speaking of recurring themes throughout scripture, there's very few moments, if any, that I can't think of right now, where it's a good thing that somebody is isolated or, in a on their own forever. Like, I mean, Jesus goes off in isolation to pray and stuff, but like it's for a purpose, things like that. Like, there are just theme after theme, moment after moment, story after story, where it is a people group that are worshiping together, that where those are gathered in my name, I am there also, or where as iron sharpens iron, man sharpens, the church gathers together on a daily basis and spends time with one another. It is just like, it's one of those things where it feels so obvious to have to try to explain. If you read through scripture, it'd be impossible to avoid the idea that it is, there are 12 disciples. They are sent in pairs to do their work. Yep. Jesus is surrounded by the masses.
Well, 12 become the 77.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that, even that number grows.
Right, 100%. And they always add more people. They're always they're going out to increase, to make disciples of every nation. Like, it is important that people know the story and that they are gathering together and doing these things together and living life together, and that disputes are settled betwixt more than just the people involved if it's necessary. Like, that's the process that it's like. It is impossible to ignore that. Like, that community is not simply a value, it is a foundation of the Christian life.
Foundation is a really, really great word, because from the very get-go, like you were saying, from the creation of man, God's first spoken evaluation of man, like he sees that things are good. Like the scripture states that he sees that. The first words he speaks about man are, it's not good for man.
Right. He sees that man is very good, and it is not good for man to be alone.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's also the first not good thing that ever came from creation, is that man was alone. Yeah, that's right too.
Yeah.
And so there's just right there at the foundation, we should be in some sort of community. And then over and over again, we see how having somebody with you, like, can you imagine if David had somebody tell him, no, seducing Bathsheba and murdering Uriah is a terrible idea. You should not do that,
if only there was somebody to say that.
And so, like, it's just to be able to have people in community with you, to be able to keep you accountable, to encourage you along the way. I think really the accountability part is a huge aspect of it, because when you're on your own, it's so easy to begin to justify whatever it is. I probably said on the podcast before, but I call it the freeway theory, where when you're driving on the freeway, everybody who's going faster than you is a jerk, and everybody who's going slower than you is an idiot.
Terrible driver, yeah.
But you are driving.
You're the arbiter of the correct way to drive.
You are driving exactly right. And I feel like when we're alone, that's how we live our lives, in this way that just says, right now, whatever I'm doing is right. This is the correct way. People that are better than me are trying too hard. They're religious zealots. They're whatever. People who are worse than me are bad people. Those are the evil ones. I am just right. I am the Goldilocks of it all. You know what I mean? If there's nobody else there to tell us, actually, dude, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing that. We need community for those types of things.
Yeah.
Then just on top of that, we need community so they can celebrate with us.
So
they can bring us presents at our birthday party. So they can give us a high five when we succeed. So they can hug us when we're joyous. Like, it's just...
There is a difference. I can celebrate somebody being baptized, but there is a difference when I'm there to witness it and get to hug them afterward.
Yes.
Like, it is a different feeling. It is a different event. Like, it's not just a fact that I was made aware of. It was a truth that I have witnessed. Not saying it's not true if they weren't there, but like, there's just something different about being present for somebody rather than being present uh in solidarity or as an idea. Like, yay, celebrating with somebody is instead of celebrating for somebody. Even.
Right.
Yeah.
So overall, Spider-Man Brand New Day, good movie.
Very good movie.
Very good movie.
Yeah.
Also, you listeners should be in a community.
Yeah.
It's important for you to have some sort of group to be with, to spend time with you, to hang out with, whatever else. Community is a vital and important part of my life. That's my work chat.
You're getting a lot of work chat over there.
There was one
Probably
specific
not getting picked
employee
up.
who just loves to send gifts.
Oh,
he just like.
All right, got a slew of gifts to read.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man is not going to be the only thing that if we think about community being important in the media that we watch and consume right now, it's going to be there. It's going to be a consistent through line. And that is, I would say, true because it is true for humanity at its foundation. Spider-Man, they were not interested in telling a Christian story, obviously. The Bear is not interested in telling a Christian story. It's still about a crew of people who find a family that fight and reconcile and find hope and like love and enjoy being around each other, because when they're isolated, they have habits that are terrible. You know, like it's just a standard thing. And I think because of the events of the last 5 or 6 years, it's just a standard thing. And Spider-Man did a very good job of talking about it. Yeah.
Agreed. All right. Well, let us know what you thought about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let us know what you think of its commentary on community and what it had to say of being with a physical real-world community and spending time with the people around you. We're going to move on to what we've been up to. But first, I want to talk about community. Again, look, I usually tell a small story at this point, but I don't know that there's a story that can better state what we've already been talking about.
Just tell the plot of Spider-Man again.
Yeah, like this whole time we've been seeing how much community is necessity in your life. And if you were somebody who's listening to this right now and is thinking to yourself, yeah, but I don't have that, Steve. Kyle, I don't got anybody like that in my life. We want to find that for you. We want to find a place.
A part of finding it with you.
Yes. Yeah. We want to be a part of finding it with you. It's a great way to state that. Yes. We want to help find a real world in-person church in your area, not just so you can go to church and be at church. We want to find a community of people who enjoy the things that you enjoy. We want to find you a church that will also play D&D with you. We'll watch Marvel movies with you.
Build Legos.
Build Lego with you. Like these types of things. We want to find you a community. If you're somebody out there who's hearing this and listening to this and thinking to yourself, yeah, man, I need that, head over to SavePointMinistries.com, or you can join our Discord, Save Point Ministries Discord, and there's a channel on there that is Find a Church. Just put your city and state, and we take it from there. But altogether, we really want to help you plug into a real-world community that you can feel seen, loved, but also just have a lot of fun with. Hit us up if you need that. With all that being said, Kyle, what have you been up to, friend?
Oh, man, it's been a while since we recorded.
I know.
So I've got a long list that I'm not going to obviously hit everything. There's a couple games I played recently. Played through Spider-Man 2. Speaking of Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man again. I was disappointed in that it didn't really introduce anything like Spider-Man. Just you can play Spider-Man 1, and you've got all 3 of those games. You understand them and have played them. The story is fine. It's just Spider-Man. Whatever. Like, disappointed. And then also I've played Final Fantasy 16. I've played about 5 or 6 hours. Shockingly boring. Bad, really. I'm okay with it being more serious. It's humorless. There is no joy in this game so far. And again, stories like that can be fine, but when you have an established series where most of the games, even Final Fantasy 15, which I feel like was trying to be pretty edgy, had lightheartedness and jokiness to it.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I think I've discovered that I'm okay with bad humor, even if because it at least lends a tone that is necessary of humor being okay. Whereas this just is a joke, or not even joke, like it is joy. It's allergic to joy. There is nobody that can like crack wise, or there's not, I don't know. it's a hard line to walk. I understand, to have not cringeworthy humor or like a goofy sidekick character that really just is not fun. This is also alongside the combat's boring. There's so many cutscenes that are not interesting. All the characters feel the same. Like, it's just a weird swing from Square Enix. Like, weirdly boring and weirdly, like, for the Final Fantasy, a mainline Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
This might be my least favorite mainline Final Fantasy I've ever played. And it's disappointing. I'm looking forward to the turn-based one, the 2D HD, the Final Fantasy Resonance coming up.
Right.
That looks like it'll be a little more enjoyable than this. But yeah, those are the big games I've been playing recently.
I also have been doing a whole lot.
Sure.
Man. Okay, I'll do two real quick. The Odyssey. Very, very, very good film. Also, less fun. Like, kind of like what you were saying, not to that extent. It's a beautiful film.
Christopher Nolan only has, like, he's funny, but he's not like haha funny.
Right. And so a lot of wonderful performances in there. I think Anne Hathaway steals the movie. Really, really, it does an outstanding job. But overall, a great, great movie. But maybe my least favorite of the three movies I saw over the weekend.
Okay.
Like, yeah. But good movie. Very, very good movie. But the other one that will probably be more interesting to our listeners is X-Men 97 Season 2, just finished. And it was, again, so good. Really well made. Still really trying to keep the tone and feeling of the original. So there was a lot in there that is solved in a 22-minute episode, because that's what we did in the 90s.
That's what X-Men does.
We solved
that
things in a
series.
22-minute episode,
Sure.
And so it was a little disappointing at times, but you have to
We need more shows like that, I think.
And so, but overall, it just dealt with grief and suffering in a lot of interesting ways, dealt with loss. Like, a lot of different characters had to confront ways that they have lost things, lost part of who they are, lost people that they love, things that they love, lost hope, and the way that different characters deal with loss in different ways, where some of them just manipulate others to help them, some of them go all out and kind of go crazy. It's really, really well made, well animated, fun movie, or fun show. I mean, so, man, if you have not watched those shows, watch the entire X-Men 1992 series, and then watch X-Men 97 afterward. It's worth it. It's very, very good. What's brought you to worship recently, my friend?
Well, we're gonna hit on the theme of like Community again. I watched Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
On an airplane. I watched a lot of movies. I watched like 8 movies on across 2 airplane rides recently.
Fox went to Italy.
I did go to Italy. I'm an Italian now.
That's how that works.
That's how that works. I watched lots of movies, and one of them was Project Hail Mary. I was expecting to like it, shocked by how much I did. It was an excellent movie, like, so well made. Like, there's so many good things about it, but just like, I literally was describing it to my wife the next day and started tearing up especially when describing, like, not even just the like sad moments of the characters maybe having together, but like just the relationship that it's not spoilers, it's in the trailer, that what's his name, Ryan Gosling's character, and Rocky.
Amaze.
Fist my bump. There's so many good lines. I mean, it's Lord and Miller. They know how to make a movie. They are extremely good at making movies. But just the connection that's forged in that movie, and just hitting on that theme of, I mean, it's mentioned earlier in the movie, but you need somebody to fight for. And he finds that. He finds somebody, and just like would rather go back to him. And like, there's just so many great things in that like that relationship that they create together, and the science of it, and just the fun. There's good spectacle that doesn't feel just like spectacle, It's such a good movie.
It's a beautiful movie.
But
really,
it
really
hits
is.
on that just need for another person that you can trust and rely on and apologize to, and and accept an apology from,
be annoyed with,
and like, just like the reality of existing with a person. It's such a good demonstration of that.
Absolutely, yes.
Andy Weir's a good writer.
I watched Hadestown. It is the musical but recorded for a
Yeah,
theater,
a live recording.
Yeah, live recording of the stage musical Hadestown. I had listened to the soundtrack several times before. I had not seen it yet. And so this was a whole new thing for me. And listening to it, the music is incredible and it's so fun and so good. But knowing the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, I'm going to spoil a,
the Greek myth,
4,000-year-old story to you here, where
I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, where Orpheus tries to save Eurydice from Hades.
Yeah.
But the rule is he can lead her out, but he can't turn around to see if she's there. He just cannot turn around ever. And he eventually does and fails.
Spoilers.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. A 4,000 or
like
whatever year old lady. But one of the final songs sings very gently but very beautifully about, it's a sad song, but we're going to keep telling it anyway. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep doing this because it's okay that it's sad. Like, and you know what? It's going to end sad every single time you tell it because that's the story, but it's still important to tell. It's still a good story to tell. And it's this good reminder that the negative and difficult aspects of your life are still worth having.
Still important.
These are still, important parts of your story, parts that need to be told, parts that need to happen to you. Living a perfect life with no struggles and no issues, whatever, wouldn't lead to anything. You'd be, a shell of a person. You'd be AI essentially, but having difficulty and having struggles, these are important parts of life, and we need to tell those stories anyway. And I mean, that's what a testimony is, right? When we talk about Christian testimonies, it's how we struggled before we became Christians and maybe how we still struggle.
Right. Here's what God has done for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is a beautiful example of that, of just saying this story is going to end sad every single time you tell it, but it's worth telling anyway. And life's always going to have its struggles, but it's worth living anyway. Like, it really, really is. So beautiful musical, real great, way to wrap that up at the end. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
Same.
Thank you for listening, everybody. We really appreciate you guys were here. Let us know what's brought you to worship lately. Let us know what you've been up to lately. We want to say a real big thank you to the music mechanic. That's our friend Tim, for the creation of our theme song. You can check him out over on YouTube.
Yeah. And we want to remind you that we do this as an extension of Save Point Ministries, where we exist to bring people into community who don't have it. We do this through the church because we believe it is the purest form of the church. It is how we've been called to exist together, not simply for each other's sake, but to worship our Creator. And we also like to play games together. And so we do all those things together. And if you need community, if you are somebody who just could use another person to be around and to rely on and to apologize to and to accept apologies from and to annoy and all those things, and them not be the AI on your phone.
Yep.
We would love to be a part of that with you. We would love to help you find a local community to be a part of. We'd love, if you're near us, to be a part of our community. So please reach out through our Discord, through our website, comment on on this video, whatever. Find a way, and we will get in contact with you.
If you've enjoyed this combination of faith-based conversation and nerd culture conversation, you can check out the Love Thy Nerd podcast network. It's got a whole slew of nerd culture podcasts that come from people of faith.
And I believe that's all we have to say. It. So as always, I will thank you for listening to Jesus' favorite podcast.
Goodbye! Saving Continue is made by Save Point Ministries and is a part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network. It is produced and edited by Steve Valdez and Radio Matt Coker. Intro and outro music are done by the Music Mechanic. A special thank you to the Glue Network for their support. For more faith-based and nerd-friendly podcasts, go to lovethynerd.com/listen.